Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Tech Solutions. I hope that you guys are all having an amazing Tuesday. I hope your guys' Memorial Day yesterday went well. First of all, I'm going to have to explain myself twice. So first of all, for those that are tuning in that are seeing me with these glasses, the reason that I'm wearing the glasses is I have a little bit of an eye infection. So I'll explain that in just a little bit. But I was actually feeling like really under the weather. I went live with my Learn Plan Profit group. So for all those that are tuning in that are part of Learn Plan Profit, feel free to comment down below and just talk about how we absolutely killed it today at Market Open. And let me just actually show. I'm just going to recap on my trade. I'm sorry, today's video is just going to solely be a recap. I did take an active position, and it looks like it's not going according to plan. But it was on LABD. I was able to close a little bit over $1,000 profit. I took another position right now, and I called it out for those that are part of Learn Plan Profits. We can see right on over here. I call it out under the trade ideas, just about different stocks and why it is that I see value in them and all that good stuff. So let me go ahead and move this on over. I want to talk about, so forget about the profits that I made today. All right, so first of all, for those that are asking like for my active position right now, I'm going to remove the level 2, and all I want you guys to focus on is kind of the pattern that I saw right now. So for my active position, I plan to sell at around near the resistance of 29.20. The reason why is due to the pre-market highs that it hit at that price point. I think that it can hit above $29 to about 29.20 due to this ascending uptrend pattern that it's been showing. But I think what's most important is why is it that I took a position on LABD, and why is it that I sold at the price point that I did? So for all those that are part of Learn Plan Profit, they were able to see my exact entry and exit. I trade live with them every single morning. Today was a little bit more active. And what I wanted to focus on was explaining my explaining my entry and my exit and why it is that I saw value. I always find that to be much more important, because regardless if I'm up $1,000 on the day, regardless if I'm down $1,000 on the day, regardless if I'm up $100,000 on the day, that's irrelevant to you, right? You don't actually benefit from that. What you can benefit from is understanding my thought process on why it is that I see value on a specific setup. And that's exactly what I'm going to explain in this video on how it led me to make $1,000, which is in reality, I'm going to explain to you the percentage that it also correlated to with my overall account. If you guys, I take about 1,000 shares overall per position, so you guys can do the math on how much money that is. Thank you, Glenn. I appreciate it. So I really do. What I wanted to explain was LABD had a sell-off. First of all, I did a one-day swing trade on LABD. I bought it on Friday, like I called out for those that are part of Learn Plan Profit. It pushed up to highs of 29.20 during pre-market hours. Since I knew LABD has a characteristic, again, I've traded LABD multiple times before, and it tends to have a pullback right as the market opens. And because of that, I put a limit order. I was looking at the level 2 during pre-market hours. This is during extended hours. So if you have access to like Robinhood, Gold, or something like that, you might have access to it. If you have access to TD Ameritrade, you have access to it as well. One thing that I saw was the level 2, it was telling me that there was buyers at 28.90 and sellers at 20, what was it? It was like 29.20 or something like that. I didn't care about that. I knew that $29 was an ideal resistance, so I put my limit order at 28.99. I got filled. For those that are part of Learn Plan Profit, we're able to see that I was up, I think, $460 on the day, not including my $160 profit that I made on LABD on Friday. So altogether with that one trade, it made me a little bit over, it made me almost exactly $600. Great, right? But on the day, $460. I waited for the sell-off. And then what I saw and what I called out, if for those that tuned into the live stream, all right, so where are we at right now? So $1,275 so far today. But what I saw was when it was having this sell-off, again, I look at previous patterns. Excuse me. I look, yeah, I'm good. I look at previous patterns, and one thing that I saw was as of on Friday when I took my initial position, there was a support at around 28.20. It did a double bottom there, and then I bought in when it broke above 28.30. I think it was around 28.33. Bought in, and I was so out of the loop on Friday that I did not cover profits when I saw this peak formation. I explained what happened within those that are part of Learn Plan Profit. It was ridiculous. Luckily, it pushed up, covered profits, sold off again, and back at the previous support. So what I did was I knew that this was a known price point on where it could bounce at. So one of two things. I could either not take a position at all, or because it was still actively trending down. So before all this happened, it was still actively trending down. And what I said was it bounced, and then it started to push up. It got rejected by the EMA line, and it was on this rejection that I ended up getting filled. My initial purchase was 500 shares, so half of my normal position, because I don't have a full-on confirmation that this thing is actively trending up. So with that understanding, 50% of my normal position, I got filled at 28.33. When it broke above the EMA, then I was like, okay, I waited for a pullback, and I accidentally got filled at 28.39 when I was actually going to wait to get filled at 28.50. Altogether, my average price was at 28.36. So that was my entry, right? I tried to buy first with 50% because I saw it as a previous support, but I was buying in before the confirmation, so I knew that there was a risk involved with that. But then when I waited for the confirmation to add my additional 50%. Once I did that, it started to show more signs of an uptrend pattern, and then that's when it really started to go. I was considering the idea based on the resistance that it had on Friday because of my team members within Learn Plan Profit and their obvious technical analysis that they saw, hey, Ricky, there might be a resistance at 28.70. It might not be a bad idea to cover profits. I almost did, but and it was because it started to pull back. But then I started to see signs of recovery, and I was like, Ricky, I need to be patient on this one because of the margin of profit that it has to offer. I was up about $700 at this point. It pushed up, started to aggressively push up, and I put my limit order to sell at 28.99 for the second time today. Locked in profits. For those that follow me on Instagram, the link is down below. I posted. It was $1,000 and $1,090, right? It got rejected, and then I saw that it bounced, and I saw it started to validate this SMA indicator. So when it pulled back down again, right? When it pulled back down, that is why, again, for those that are part of Learn Plan Profit, I talked about LABD with that pullback once again. Will it bounce and make higher highs? Middle VWAP bounce, question mark. I think we have a bounce team, right? Boom, bounce, started to confirm the uptrend, and then when it broke above the EMA, I added my additional 50%. That is what has led to me to be able to make a little bit over $1,300 today. Easiest way for me to put it, right? And right now we're approaching a resistance for me to have access to level 2, right? There we go. So I have my limit order. Did you guys see that? At 29.17. The reason why is I didn't want to be greedy, and I don't even know if I'm going to get filled or if I'm being too greedy at the price point right now. I'm going to lower it. Oh, I got filled anyways. $1,400. $1,400 on the day. And you guys saw me cover the remaining half live. I think that was a 300, what was that? So I was up 1,090, and then 414, like 300 and, $325. So, and again, why did I sell at the price? So forget about how much it is that I'm up, right? Forget about that. Why is it that I sold where it is that I did? Previous resistance. Do you guys see this resistance? This resistance at 29.20? I could be 100% wrong, and this thing can go up to $30 for all I know, right? Boom. Just hit highs of 29.20. I'm known to sell very early. But one thing that I do is I'm very consistent. I've taken 2 red days this entire year, right? You guys can see it with any of my videos, right? It was drip and it was JNUG. And the thing that we focused on most within the Learn Plan Profit group is consistency and understanding when there's any form or any understanding of a potential resistance, that we take that into consideration, understand how much it is that we're up, the risk involved, and why not just cover profits, right? I know it's not the most attractive approach or most aggressive approach that might resonate with everyone, but for someone that is struggling to stay green consistently and is having trouble understanding the pattern, that is why the Learn Plan Profit Group has been so effective and we have such a high success rate, because we focus on consistency, focusing on quality setups, and locking in profits. Easiest way to put it. Yes, I missed out on, as of right now, about 10 cents, so that's about $100 based on my position. $130 now. 100%, I'm missing out. But again, I didn't know that it was going to do that. And yes, I did call out that, hey, it does have the potential, to make higher highs. And why did I know that, or why did I almost assume that? Do you guys see this? It hit highs of about 29.03, pulled back, hit highs, made higher highs, right? Pulled back, made higher lows, right? And then it pushed up, and again, made higher highs. It makes sense on why it might get rejected at this price from around 29.30. Again, but you never 100% know. And that's what's most important to me. I would much rather be conservative, lock in profits, and understand that I feel comfortable selling at, not even that I just feel comfortable selling at where it is that I sell, but that there's a reason for my action of selling, that there's a reason for my action of buying. And if you don't have a reason for everything it is that you're doing, then it might not be the best investment, right? 100%, Muhammad, and I 100% agree. LABD was so easy this morning. Not only did Muhammad be able to, not only did he make money off of it, we had so many people. I actually want to give a shout out to my boy Matthew. Man. All right, so LABD is definitely doing very well. So congrats to all those. And trust me, the fear of missing out, the FOMO, 100%. It genuinely does get in your head sometimes, but I would much rather cover profits and stay green on a much more consistent basis than try to maximize every dollar. Does that make sense? And as of right now, that percentage is about, a little bit under 1%. So this is funny because I responded to Matt's, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but I want to give a shout out to Matt. So what I said was Matt had a story. So you guys can follow him on Instagram. His name is Matt Santana. So MattSantana. He's one of our traders within Learn Plan Profit, and he posts the most funny videos. He's actually the one that came up with the money dance. But
$210 for the day. Put a limit order in about an hour before market open to buy 300 shares of LABD. I got filled 30 minutes after market open, and I just sold about 5 minutes ago.
$210 profit.
Check it out. All from bed. I ain't even had to leave bed this morning, you know what I'm saying?
He absolutely cracks me up. He's so hilarious. And what I told him, I was like, dude, you're absolutely killing it. He actually tuned in for the LPP chat. And then he's like, LOL, you already know. LPP is taking off. Soon to be the #1 trading platform out there. I called it. So there you go, from Mr. Matt himself. Absolutely killing it. And again, it's not about making the most money, but it's about growing your account on a consistent basis and understanding what it is that you are doing. So other than that, I'm going to take it pretty, as you guys can tell with my voice and how it is that I look, I don't feel very well, right? I don't feel very good, but it didn't mean that I wasn't able to, at least trade, right? There was 2 other stocks that we wanted to talk about today that were actively trading up, and that was ticker symbol DRIP. And then the other one that I somewhat saw value in for potential day trade and day trade only is DRIP itself. So DGAS and DRIP. DRIP just broke above the middle view up, showing signs of a solid uptrend pattern. Great. Watch out for the middle and top view up pattern. Also watch out for the previous resistance levels that it had on Friday and make sure that you take that into consideration. That is it. I don't actually think I'm going to take any more positions. And it definitely sucks. Look at LABD. LABD is at 29.53. And guys, it's not even something that I feel like you get used to, as you 100% get used to. I become a little bit more comfortable with it from time to time, or just I choose to try to understand it, the fear of missing out. And it's something that, I'm human, right? We all experience it, and the more experienced that you become, the better that you will become altogether. But it sometimes sucks, right? Because I literally did miss out on from 29.20. I missed out on about 1.1%. So that's honestly, no, that's about $280. Yeah, I mean it's not chump change either, right? But it's all part of the game. We understand why it is that we sold at where it is that we sold. I felt comfortable with that exit, and that is pretty much it. So solid day today, $1,400 profit. You guys saw it live. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to direct message me. We have a free, one of the largest free trading communities out there, and it's called TechBot Solutions. It's the 3rd link in the description, and you guys can check it out yourself. A little bit over 100,000 members, and we have one of the fastest, I think, private trading communities out there. is Learn Plan Profit, and that's the first link in the description. Those are the members that actually get to watch me trade live, that Matt's part of, Mohammed's a part of, that we get to watch me trade live every single day and get to ask me questions in real time. They also get access to a lifetime for the Learn Plan Profit course itself. And today the promo ends. It's going to be promo code Memorial. It's the largest promotion that we're going to have for this month. $75 off the Learn Plan Profit Lesson Library. We have a couple spots left for those that want to check out the first link in the description. Be sure to use promo code Memorial. Memorial, right? Yes. Memorial. So $75 off. For those that are interested, feel free to check it out. Invest 30 seconds. See if it's something that you would like to be a part of. Check out my content on YouTube. See if my trading style would be somewhat unique to you. And that's really just it. Guys, continue working hard. Continue following your dreams. Let your passion be what drives your success. I want to thank you guys again for all those that tuned in. Not only today, holy moly. Dude, it just shot up to $29.90. No, I'm not lying.
Holy moly.
2.44%. That is literally. Yep. FOMO. Yeah. So, thank you guys again for tuning in. Hope you guys all have an amazing rest of your Tuesday. For all those that that tuned in on yesterday's video, I made it very late talking about like my Monday this week's top picks. So feel free to check out that previous video. This is kind of just a follow-up video and talking about my trade today. So altogether, guys, hope you guys all have a beautiful Tuesday. Focus on quality. One of the best positions that you can take is not taking one at all. And let's be consistent in locking those profits. So guys, hope you guys all have an amazing rest of your day. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.